Kirby Air Riders is the sequel to a 20-year-old GameCube game known as Kirby Air Ride. Now, Kirby Air Ride was, I would say, very obscure. It didn't sell well like other Kirby titles, but personally for me, it's one of my all-time favorite games, and I truly love it, and honestly, I still play it to this day. I actually still have a GameCube in my room just to play the original copy. Now, Kirby Air Riders did a very unique system where it isn't just fully a new edition, a sequel, or just like a refined or rebooted version. It has all of the older content just updated for the new graphics and sound, and new content as well to go with it. It also has a story mode, Road Trip. I'm unfortunately only on stage 5 of that right now, but it's still quite fun, although very easy and simplistic, so if you're looking for a challenge, it has a hard mode, but Kirby Air Riders is, well, its difficulty is mainly in the racing or city trial. Now, in terms of Air Ride, it's a great racing game. Like, the original was also very good in terms of races, but that's not really what you play the Kirby Air Ride games for. But they do run very well. There's plenty of new rides, there's new mechanics, and there's a lot of Smash-related mechanics in the game as well. The specials can also be really good. I believe the current meta right now is the Rick and his ability Rip Roaring Rick, because he's so fast on his feet for some reason. The main thing you'd want to focus on, the main reason you play the game, City Trial. City Trial is fantastic in the sequel. It is a whole new area known as Skya. There are plenty of different environments for you to work with. The buildings are back. You can go underground. You can use multiple different mechanics in it as well. All the Smash stuff is still there. Everything pretty much runs the same way it did in the original game, just with some added bonuses and some quality of life fixes to the gameplay. Although I do think the addition of not having to push forward can be kind of difficult to learn at first. It's more of a habit you learn when you do racing games or games where you're on a ride in general. But it is a good mechanic because you can focus a lot more on what you're doing, as there's a lot going on in the racetracks, in City Trial. And an important note, I would highly suggest, if you get overstimulated very easily, or you just genuinely have a hard time with something that has a lot of chaos, this game is not for you. It is extremely chaotic. Like, the original game was already full of chaos and just stuff there trying to attack you and you trying to fight the other NPCs, but this game just amps that up to like 100. It is a madhouse no matter what version you're playing. Top Ride, Air Ride, City Trial, Road Trip can just get just as chaotic. So I'd highly recommend, if you have a kind of like you get overstimulated or you have issues with that, game is not the best for that. But if you do enjoy a more difficult racing game, or just a game that is more difficult in general when you play the actual functions of the game, not the story mode, this game can be difficult, and it does take a certain kind of learning curve when you do it, but you can take your time to practice it and learn what you're doing. The CPU usually tends to stay at level 3, which is pretty easy to beat, but you can go all the way to level 9, and the game can be very difficult. But overall, I would say Kirby Air Riders, in my personal opinion, this is a very biased one, as someone who grew up with the original, I would say Kirby Air Riders is probably the best game of this year. The graphics are incredible, the music is fantastic, the gameplay is super fun and addictive. There's a multiplayer as well. Now, again, I haven't really played the online multiplayer. I've played it with a couple of friends. Again, fantastic. And Road Trip does keep to that trend of Kirby just having Eldritch Horrors as enemies for some reason. But overall, the game is brilliant, and I could not praise Sakurai enough for what he managed to do here. And I truly hope that maybe someday in the future this game will win an award, because it is just brilliant to me. And yes, this review was mainly to glaze the game.